versus college kid. I had posted a meme up on my social media page on my Instagram, and it picked up a little friction, and a few people was talking about the way that the reality of the situation was. And the number up there, I wanted to talk about that number because one said 100,000 being a welder, and then the other one said 60K, 60,000 being a college kid. Now, I want to give you some realistic numbers, and this is based on an average, on a U.S. average. And I just want you to think about this. It said a U.S. average, a college student is what it says, can make the average of 32K, a college student on the average. Then it says a college graduate, and if they specialize in certain things, engineering, agriculture, certain things, they can get up to 50 to 60K. Now, this is a national average of graduates. Now, when it goes to the welding side, it said that the national average for a welding student was 42K. Now, this is from a student who can actually go to school from anywhere from, let's say, 4 to 12 weeks. You know what I mean? So getting that type of information between that time, and depends on if the person is passionate or not, you can make that type of money. And that's, actually hitting the average of $20 an hour. So if you're making anywhere from 20 to $25 an hour without going to college, and you're passionate about what you're doing, that's good money. So when you jumping into the field of the pipe welders, and you have your own rig, and that's what the picture on the side, it showed the pipe welder, it showed the rig welder that's going out with the rig, hitting the lines or hitting the big jobs. Now those, yes, you're looking at 100K and plus, because a lot of those jobs, they pay more per diem, they pay extra per rig, they pay more on your travel expenses and your consumables. Now, when you're thinking about being independent, when you're an independent welder, you can make that and more. So it all depends on the jobs you want to do when you're being a welder. So you have an option of being a mobile welder, field welder. To me personally, I think jumping into the fabrication field of structural welding, ornamental welding, those are some of the easiest things to jump into that actually pays a lot of money, because there are a great demand on handrails, on staircases, on installations, as far as metal buildings, as far as erecting buildings, and welding certain things. And so you have to do a lot of stick welding and flux core welding when you're in the field. So if a person is jumping in the field, you can make a lot of money. And if you're trying to specialize in, like, say they have a company in Georgia that does airplane parts, and they pay good on their welders. So if you're a welder like that, they want to do, Heliart, a lot of specialty alloys, then that's another field. But there is a lot of money in going to school to be a welding student versus being a college student. And one great factor, even if the numbers are off just a little bit, you actually can be debt free. So that's a good thing about it. I mean, a lot of times we'll create debt by buying things that we don't need or certain things like that. But it's like going to college. It's like it's set up to put you behind by default. So sometimes the education that you're getting isn't worth the debt you're receiving. So you have to balance that out. So I think when you're looking at being a welding student versus a college kid, it's all about what you're interested in, what you're invested in, because you have welding students that be engineers, and that, superintendents, so you can go higher and higher than just being a welder. And you can actually just weld and actually make good money. So it all depends on what you want to do. So if a person is thinking outside the box, not wanting to go to college and be into debt, but wanting to learn a specific skill, you can actually go and get that specific training that you want to get, and then without getting all that debt and just paying for that, paying for that training versus you going into debt and having, I know a lot of people are in their 50s and 60s that's actually still paying on college debt, student loans. So you have to think about some of the things you do. You get these degrees or whatever to put you in a position to have a job versus, learning something that can later turn it more into a business than a forever job. Because to me, I think if you're using the college thing just to work for someone in certain fields, you're always chasing that job, your resume speaking, instead of you actually saying, hey, I'm going to use this trade and turn it into a business. And that's why I like to say at HogOn Welding, I like to say that I feel like it's important that we turn a trade into a business, because we see the way that the system is set up. We see that the way that it's about economics. We see that it's about ownership. It's about products over talent. And we have to get in a position where we can actually develop our own. And to me, being a welder is actually a great way to develop your own products, to develop your own services, to be able to add something to the infrastructure. So when it's versus going to college versus being a tradesman, to me personally, I think that it's a no-brainer. But I feel like when you're trying to do specific things, college is the way to go. You know what I mean? But now with the way the technology and the way that schools are set up, you can actually go to learn that one specific thing you want to learn, instead of getting all this other stuff that you really ain't going to use, because they give you a lot of stuff that you're not actually going to use in the field. Sometimes you just want to learn straight engineering, and that's why I feel like those technical schools are so great, because you can just learn straight engineering. So going somewhere where you can get some hands-on training with being a tradesman, welding, I think that it can actually take you to a higher level, especially if you're passionate about doing, not just doing there because someone is paying you and you just got to go. But for those who actually want to learn and want to get hands-on, I think learning how to weld can open many doors. And one thing that I love about welding is it can help. It doesn't matter your education level when it comes to, some people get discouraged and say, hey, I haven't graduated high school, or hey, I can't read that well, or hey, what about this? I'm not really good at math. Can I still do this? And I was like, yeah, you can still do it. So it all depends on your passion and how you learn, because everybody learns differently. So I believe if you set yourself up to actually process the information differently, or have the right instructor that can actually break things down for you, I think that your experience on learning how to be a welder can take you over the top. So I know a lot of good rig welders now who's making excellent money that's traveling. I'm not traveling right now at the moment. I'm kind of stationary at the moment. I do travel, but I'm not doing what I used to do. But I do know a lot of people that's actually hitting the rigs. They're out there getting it. I just actually got a inbox from a brother on Instagram who just got his rig up and going. He's hitting the line and he's proud and ready to go. So I salute that brother. And I don't know if I don't know where he's at. I don't know if he's in Georgia or he's in Carolina or Louisiana, but I believe it's somewhere southern where the brother is. But anyway, I just wanted to say that just think about your options, weigh out your options. I think that the welding career is excellent, an excellent choice, but it's for those who really want it. It's not for everyone. But just like we like to say, college isn't for everyone too. So for those who are interested, visit my website at HogOn2017. That's HogOn2017. I actually teach in the Atlanta, Georgia area and Columbus, Georgia, and I'm trying to open up a door in Arkansas from Little Rock to McGee, Arkansas, where my mother is actually from. I'm trying to work on a couple things in the future. So there, I'm actually, trying to work on providing more education, providing more opportunities with ideas of building products and providing services that are unique for certain areas that I really feel that could help people gain more skills. So for those who are interested, once again, check out the website. For those who like the gear, check out the gear. I got a lot of the gear on Amazon. I got the zip hoodies, t-shirts. I know it's summertime right now. So for those who want some of the HogOn University gear, check it out on Amazon. Just put in HogOn Welding, t-shirts, hoodies, pillows. I got all type of stuff. So check us out on Amazon. Y'all keep getting your HogOn. Be blessed.